In part 2, I built the first working version of Moodii. It worked, but once I started using it, I noticed the real problems. The biggest one was simple. If I forget to log, the whole app becomes useless. So in this part, I want to show how Moodii changed from a basic first version into something easier to remember, easier to review, and more useful for understanding my mood patterns. And the main idea is simple. I'm not adding features just to make the app look bigger. Each feature came from a problem I felt while using the app. Hey guys, I'm Chandler. On this channel, I build small apps around real problems in my life. This is part 3 of the Moodii build series. In part 1, I compared existing mood tracking apps. In part 2, I built the first working version. And in this part, I want to show what changed after I actually used the app. Before I show the new version, quick recap. In part 2, Moodii already had the basic logging flow. I could log up, com, or low, choose a simple context, change the time with the when option, and see two basic visuals on the trends page. So the first version worked, but after using it more, I started to see what was missing. The first problem is simple. I forget to log. And this is a big problem for this kind of app because a mood tracker only works if I actually put data into it. If I only open the app once every few days, the visuals will not mean much. So I wanted Moodii to be more visible. That's why I added home screen widgets and app quick actions. The widget is not just there to look nice. For me, it's like a small reminder sitting on my phone. Even if I do not open the app, I can still see Moodii on the home screen. That makes me more likely to remember, oh, I should log how I feel now. And with quick actions, I can long press the app icon and quickly log my mood. This is something I liked when I looked at apps like Dailyo and How We Feel in part 1. They both understand that logging has to be quick. So for Moodii, this became the first improvement. Make the app easier to notice and make logging easier to start. The next problem is that there was nowhere for me to see my previous entries. After the entry is saved, I need a place to look back at what I logged before. So I added a calendar tab. Now I can see the month view, check which days have entries, and use the colored donut markers to see the mood distribution for each day. Then I can tap into a day and review what happened on that date. And if I notice something is missing, I can add an entry from that selected date. This connects back to why I like the calendar idea in Dailyo, where the history is easier to understand because entries are shown by date. So for Moodii, the calendar is mainly about making my mood history easier to read. After I had more entries, finding a specific old log became harder. I had to go through the calendar or scroll around just to get to the specific old entry. That's fine when there are only a few entries, but it gets slow when there are more logs. So I added search. Now I can search notes and feelings, filter by mood or context, and get to a specific entry much faster. And if something is wrong, I can open and edit the entry directly from the search screen. This was another thing I liked from Dailyo. Search is useful because old entries should not feel lost. If I already took the time to log something, I should be able to find it again easily. The next problem is that up, calm, and low are fast, but sometimes they feel too broad. The main idea of Moodii is still 3 mood levels, up, calm, and low. I still like this because it keeps the app simple, but sometimes I do not think I feel low or I feel up. I think I feel tired or I feel excited. So I added feeling logging. Moodii still keeps up, calm, and low as the main mood levels, but now I can also choose a preset feeling directly. For example, if I choose tired, Moodii knows that it belongs under low. So I can start from the feeling and the app still keeps the data simple behind the scenes. That way, logging can still be fast, but it can also be more specific when I need it. The final problem is that logs are only useful if they help me understand something. Logging by itself is not the goal. The whole point is to understand my mood patterns. In the first version, I already had mood mix and context mix, which gave me a basic overview. But now, the app has more data. I need better ways to understand the patterns. So I added more visuals like mood by hour, weekday patterns, weekly review, etc. Mood by hour helps me see if certain times of the day usually feel better or worse. Weekday patterns help me see if certain days feel different. And a weekly review gives me a simple summary of the week. For me, this is where Moodii starts to make more sense. The goal was never to track every part of my life. The goal was to log mood based on situation, then use visuals to understand how I feel throughout the day. So that's the main direction for part 3. Moodii is not improving because I randomly added more features. It is improving because using the first version showed me what was missing. For me, this version feels much closer to what Moodii should be. Not because it has more features, but because each feature solves a problem I actually felt while using the app. If you have tried a mood tracker before, let me know what kind of feature actually makes you keep using it. That will help me decide what to focus on before the final part. And if you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.